Hi everyone, it's Mr. Canfield. Today we are going to be looking at our Chapter 1 test review in geometry. So I threw this together. It's G questions. That's what it says at the end. No, it says it's 8 questions, but a lot of questions have multiple parts. But anyway, we're going to do this whole thing. And if you notice, it says, here's everything you know how to do on the test. Everything you need to know how to do. Oh, yeah. There may be stuff on here you won't see on your test, but nothing on the test is missing from this review. So this is going to cover everything we've seen that we could need on the test. All right, let's start. Points L, M, and N are collinear. You're given LM is equal to 17 and LN is equal to 29. What's the value of MN? Okay, this doesn't mean anything to me. I need to draw this. Okay, L, M, and N. And I'm not trying to draw this to scale. This is just helping me out. No, LM is 17. LN is 29. Oh, okay. What is MN? Well, if I know that 17 and that together should get me 29, then all I have to do is 29 minus 17. Oh, it's just 12. Okay. That's what MN would be. All right, let's move on and make it more complicated. This time they gave me the picture. It says DM is equal to 45. What's the value of R? Okay, well, if I know DM is equal to 45, we do not know that R plus 3 is equal to 4R minus 28. Get that out of your head, okay? Just because they look like they're the same, that's not true. Instead, what we know, it says DM 45. DM is equal to 45. I know that. So what I could say is R plus 3 plus 4R minus 28 together, added those together, that's 45. I can say that's true. And now this is actually solvable because R plus 4R is, well, that's 1 plus 4 is 5. So 5R minus 25 is equal to 45. So now if we're going to solve this, remember the way that we solve, we're trying to isolate the variable. We're trying to get that R by itself. And the first thing that we do when we're trying to solve after we've combined like terms, the first thing we try to do is get rid of any numbers that don't have the R, that don't have the variable we care about. So I see minus 25. To get rid of the minus 25, we need the exact opposite of it over here. But I can't do it to one side, I have to do it to both sides of the equation. So if I do that, 45 plus 25, it's 70. 40 plus 20 is 60, and then 5 plus 5 is 10. So 60 plus 10 is 70, or calculator. So 5R is equal to 70. Now this is 5R, that means 5 times R. And the way we undo times is with division. We always use inverse operations. So R is going to be equal to whatever 70 divided by 5 is. And I believe that's 14, if I remember my times tables correctly. All right. So now we're on to question 3. This question has 2 parts. What is the measure of PQR? Oh, down here. Okay. So PQR. Well, PQR, that's like that. And you might be like, well, how the heck am I supposed to get that? So this is actually a pretty heavy question, but check it out. That's PQR, right? Well, we know that this, I'm gonna use some different colors. We know this angle plus this angle together, what do they have to equal? Well, they have to equal 180. They're supplementary angles. So we could say 3x plus 5 plus x plus 3 has to equal 180. All right, I'm not going to use pink anymore. I think it's too light in the video. All right, so anyway, with this setup, it's very similar to the previous question. So we can first combine like terms. We could say 3x plus x, well, that's 4x, and then 5 plus 3 is 8. So equal to 180. Then I could subtract the 8 from both sides. I get 4x is equal to 180. Nope, not 180 anymore. 180 minus 8 is 172. All right. Now I have to divide both sides by 4. Okay, 172 divided by 4 is going to be 43. Let me just double check. Because 40 times 4 would be 160, and then we need 12 more. Where's my calculator? My desk is so messy. Oh, it was right in front of me. Silly me. 172 divided by 4. Yep, 43. Okay. 43. Okay. But it says, what is the measure of PQR? Not what is X. But PQR is this right here. So if I take 43 and plug it in for X, and then I'll know what PQR is. Remember, the way that we name these things is we start at the first letter, go to the next letter, go to the next letter. That's how we know it's that angle. So 3 times 43, 129 plus 5 is going to be 134? 134, all right. I am showing off my mental math skills today. Depending on the day, I really can do mental math or like absolutely can't do mental math. So today, looks like it's a good day for mental math. Funny thing is, my brain's kind of fried today. I didn't get as much sleep as I wanted last night. I'm really tired, but I guess I can do some mental math. All right. Let's see. Now it says, if ray QT bisects RQS, so we're looking at RQS, what would be the measure of one of the resulting angles? All right, so there's a lot going on here. First, we have to draw an angle bisector, which cuts an angle in half. We're not going to construct it with a compass. We're just going to... So, and we know that this and this, they're actually equal to each other. They're going to be the exact same angle. So, the thing is, what is the measure of the whole angle? Well, just like we did before, we knew that 43 was X when we plugged it in and we got 134. So we could say 43 plus 3 is going to be equal to our total angle. So that's 46. Well, and then a bisector cuts it in half. So what's 46 divided by 2? Well, it's 23. So 23 degrees would be one of the resulting angles. Super complicated question. A lot going on here. But that's how I would do it, at least. Okay. It's not the only way. That's just the way that I think might be the simplest. Okay. Ray BD bisects angle ABC, so that measure DBC is equal to X plus 7. And ABD is equal to 2X minus 11. What is X? That's a word salad. Okay, let's start from the beginning. All right, let me try angle ABC. I'm just going to draw some random angle. I'll call that A, B, C. And then it says bring in angle BD. So, ray BD. Okay. So if this is bisecting this angle, I'm going to start out and say, well, then we know that that and that are the same. So, okay. DBC is equal to X plus 7, and ABD is equal to 2X minus 11. Oh. All right, so the key with this problem was actually drawing everything out. Now that everything's drawn out, the hard part, conceptually the hard part is over. I didn't put dots here. Dot. Okay, so we know that these two angles equal each other because that's what an angle bisector is. So I could say 2X minus 11 equals X plus 7. So I've solved equations like this before in class. I'm going to remind you right now how I would do this. The first thing I would do is I look and I see that there's X on both sides of our equal sign. That's a problem. So I'm going to take the one on the right-hand side and move it over to the left using equation moves. So the only way for me to move it is to do the opposite of whatever it is currently. So it's currently positive 1, so I need to do minus 1x. Minus 1x. So I get 2x minus 1x is equal to single x minus 11 is equal to, the only thing left over here is a 7. Then now I see x minus 11 equals 7. So you could either do this in your head and figure out what the number is, that it's 18, or you could add the 11 to both sides and get 7 plus 11 is equal to 18. Over here we have an x left over. So x is equal to 18. I don't 100% trust myself, so let me see. If I do 2 times 18 minus 11, like if I just plug it in, I get 25. And if I do 18 plus 7, I get 25. So these two were supposed to be equal to each other, and I just checked it, and I got that they were the same. So, cool. Do you have any questions? I mean, if you do, it'd be really weird for you to tell me right now, because I'm in the past, you're in the present, and you can't talk to me in the past. But if you are running into problems that the video is not answering, feel free to email me, to talk to me in person, you know, whatever works, whatever you need. Okay, 5. What is the distance between F64 and G 1419? Round to the nearest whole number. This is simply an application of the distance formula. The distance formula looks like this. x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. All right. So just remember, points go x comma y. So these are going to be my two x's. So we'll call that x1. We'll call that x2. So I'm going to write 14 minus 6. That's going to be in my first parentheses here. And my second one, that's where the y's are going to go. That's going to be y1. That's going to be y2. So we'll do 19 minus 4. Well, they gave us nice positive numbers for all this. Thanks. I may have borrowed some of these problems from Savas. So thanks, Savas. So remember, if you're trying to get through and do this, you can do step by step. You can find out what 14 minus 6 is and 19 minus 4, and then square them individually. Or you can just say, hey, 14 minus 6 was squared on the end, plus 19 minus 4 squared on the end. I got 289. Oh, that's 17 when we take the square root of it. So another option is to type the square root. It just is easier to make baby mistakes because there's more stuff that you're typing and easier to lose track of things, but you literally can do this and get the answer 17. Also, if, you know, I got 289, well then that's square root of 289 is 17. If I have more work shown, less likely I'll make silly mistakes. At least that's what I've found in my own personal journey. Okay, let's see. Number 6 has this quotation here. If a number is odd, then it is an integer and a prime number. What is the conclusion of this conditional? Conclusion. That was a real voice crack. Go me. All right, I'm going to underline conclusion in this blue color. They call it Bluegrass, the company that makes this. The company's called Hoo Hoo. That's hilarious. Or is it O? Is it O? Ooh, oh, or is it O? There's an O. Oh, Hoo Hoo. All right, whatever. I'm gonna call it Hoo Hoo. All right. So conclusion. Remember, it goes hypothesis then conclusion. So it is an integer and a prime number. Remember, when we talk about the hypothesis and conclusion, we ignore the if and we ignore the then. So let's see. I can use pink for this next one because I'm not doing any writing. What is the hypothesis? So hypothesis, I'll underline in pink. A number is odd. So is the conditional statement true? Well, let's see. If a number is odd, then it is an integer and a prime number. Well, all odd numbers are integers, but prime numbers mean that nothing goes into them except for themselves and 1. So like 9 is an odd number, but it's not a prime number because 9 is divisible by 3. So since it's divisible by something besides itself and 1, we know that 9 is not prime. So this is false. It's what we call a counter example. All right. 7, write the converse of this statement. If Mr. Canfield has 2 feet, then he likes ice cream. So if you go look at what the different words mean, converse says reverse the hypothesis and conclusion. So you end with the hypothesis and you start with the conclusion. So if Mr. Canfield likes ice cream, then he has 2 feet. We're not asked to evaluate if this is true or not. I do happen to have 2 feet, but that's not because I like ice cream. If I lost my feet, I would still like ice cream. Okay. In the figure to the left, what is the name of the relationship between angles 1 and 3? That one there and that one there. Those are called vertical angles. We learned that in our last lesson. What does this mean about their measurements? We know that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. They have the same measurement. Whatever 1 is, 3 is the same. If 1's 1,000 degrees, 3 is 1,000 degrees, which is not actually possible. But let's say if 1 was 50 degrees, then 3 would be 50 degrees. Okay. What about the name of the relationship between angles 1 and 2? There's actually 2 names that you could use. You could call angles 1 and 2 a, oh shoot, no, I'm thinking of something else. We have one name that we use, okay. Supplementary angles. And that means that angle 1 and angle 2 added together are equal. I guess we have to put the little m. The measurement of angle 1 plus the measurement of angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. All right. So, if angle 2 is 2x plus 5 and angle 3 is equal to 85, what's the value of x? So 2 and 3. Well, we know that 2 and 3 added together is 180, so I could say 2x plus 5 plus 85 is equal to 180. So let's see. We'll do what we normally do. I'm going to combine like terms over here. So I get 2x plus 90 is equal to 180. And this actually, the numbers are simple enough. You might actually try to figure this out in your head, and that would be fine. But to solve this, it says 2x plus 90 is equal to 180. We'll take care of the 2x last. We'll take care of adding and subtracting first. So I say plus 90. I'm going to subtract 90 from both sides, get 2x is equal to 90, and then divide both sides by 2, and get x is equal to 45. All right. If angle 4 is equal to 100 degrees, find, and this is separate from E. This is just saying if 4 was 100 degrees, what would angle 2 be? Well, if 4 is 100, well, 2 is a vertical angle to it, so 2 is also 100. What about if 4 was 100, how would we find angle 3? Well, angle 3 would have to be supplementary with it and add up to 180. So what's left from 100 to get to 180? 80 degrees. All right. 20 minutes. Oh, sweet. Cool. So I got through this paper in about 20 minutes. This covers everything you need to see. Notice midpoint was not on here. Since midpoint was not on here, we know that midpoint can't be on the test. So notice there was no protractor, there were no constructions. So none of those things will be on our Chapter 1 test, for better or for worse. That's just the way that it is. So I hope this was helpful. And as always, feel free to let me know if you have any questions or anything. I'd love to help you out personally. All right, bye.